Hello everyone, we have a new Stonehearth Alpha release, which is Alpha 3, and it's release 92. And in this one we have another new profession, which is the farmer, but also a lot of fix around the building engine. So without waiting, let's pick a suitable spot. I like this area, it connects with other valleys here, so let's choose this place and let's get going. And there we go. So there's been a lot of fixes about the way they build the buildings and such, and also about the menus and the way you interact with your world here. So it shows this nice open area here that connects with a lot of places. So and this here is a nice little spot. So without waiting, let's place our banner here and initiate our settlement. And the first thing you'll notice is you can now choose a name for your settlement. You can keep it like the random one they give you, or you can choose the one you like. So let's call this one stock something, stockpile maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah, I know, we'll gather some wood, so it's gonna be called Woodstock. Yeah, that's a nice name, pretty cool. And another thing you'll notice is we now have a new toolbar at the bottom of the screen, and with buttons we have a harvesting button, a zoning button, a building button, and a few other ones which aren't ready yet but will interact with your workers or fighters or people. So let's click on the zoning button and make ourselves a stockpile by using the stockpile zone. And you can now draw a stockpile the same way as before, but now you can choose the type of resource you want stored in it. So let's take everything. And also, if you exit the zoning menu now, it becomes invisible, so no more blue grid, ugly blue grids in your surrounding. And another one, the harvest tool, is pretty cool. You can now drag areas here and harvest everything in it. So it's pretty good to harvest a lot of trees at the same time, or it works for other type of resource too. And now let's get our professionals, the carpenter first. And let's pick this guy here. We also need his work area done. Okay, and now the trapper too. Yeah, this guy is gonna be the trapper. So now we have 2 of our 3 initial professions. But for the next one, we're gonna need our carpenter here, because he's gonna build the tool to promote someone to farmer. And now the menus change here. We have a lot of little buttons, but we have a new tool here, the farmer's hoe. So let's craft this one. And why is that it? Let's explore the building tool now by building some little house here. So you can build the same one as before, but also there's a new button here that will permit you to build it the way you like, draw your building, but it's not ready yet. So let's build a simple room, but I can't wait for us to be able to design our own buildings. And now our hoe is ready here, so we can promote someone to farmer. We will have a complete set of profession now. Okay, let's click. Come on, stop moving. Ah, it's not easy. Yeah, it's better if I pick it by name, especially when they're building around. as for the others too, you just grab it and get promoted to farmer. But unlike the others, you need the zone tool to build your zone, farm zone. So like stockpile, but you choose the farm. You draw it about the same way. So you draw your area. You want him to bring to build to grow crops, and you choose a crop you want. So you can take turnips or corn. But for now, let's make corn. And as you can see, I didn't draw a big zone. If I close the menu, it becomes invisible like the others. And the reason is it will take a long time for it to do it, so I want it to be small so it will be complete faster. And now, if you see here, they fixed the building engine, so now it's much more efficient. But as for the farming, it's still buggy. It just picks a random spot to do the crops, and it takes much more time than intended, I guess. But now he's planting the little seedlings. But hopefully they will fix it, so we will make them in row, so it will be faster. But he's almost complete, so let's draw another farm zone just beside him. And this time we'll choose another type of crop. Well, you can choose fallow too, but it's useless, so let's get turnips. So we now have two types of food. It's all that's available, but I guess there will be a lot more choice as the food you will be able to grow later. And now our building is almost complete, but unfortunately we still don't have roof yet. It will be implemented in another update. Yeah, it's very hard to get roof, but we have to be patient. It's alpha, and that's alpha is all about. Okay, now he's completed this area. He's gonna plant these seedlings. Now it's gonna be turnips. Yeah, now everything's complete. But as you can see, they are hungry, and since we now have sustainable food resource, they also implemented another feature, which is starving and death. So if you keep your people starving for too long, they will die, and that's unfortunate, but it will have happened eventually. But you can keep them hungry for a long time, I guess, but let's not push it. And since our crops aren't growing too fast, we need other food. So let's see if there are some animals around or something. I don't see anything, but I guess our trapper is gonna have to do his job and do some exploration to find some animals and bring the resource back, especially the food. So that's what he's gonna do. And that's the reason you have to be careful about where you start. And you have to pick a place where it connects to most of the map, so that way you can have a lot of area to explore. And if you choose a little mountain or a little valley, you will be stuck there and won't be able to explore, and you might have a hard time, might not be possible to find animals or the food. So here I can go very far, so I'm not worried, but I hope I will find some animals very soon. I usually do, but sometimes they're elusive. But at least there's no worries, there's no dangers in the nighttime, monsters that will attack us. So as of now, it's still safe to explore by night. And there we are. We have much of raccoons here. Yeah, that will do. We have to get a few of those. unfortunate. They're pretty cute, but we do need the food. Poof is gonna grab it. Okay, there we go. He's getting tired. Just go home, please, before you do sleep. It's much safer. And the raccoons, I don't know if it will be implemented later, but I wonder if the small animal will be able to steal food from your crops or something. But for now, they just wander around aimlessly, and they're just there for you to gather. Okay, everyone's sleeping. Well, pretty boring. Oh, let's see our crops here. They have begun to grow. Yeah, not edible yet, but we'll have some food soon. Oh, I didn't know that. If you click on dirt, it's dirt, but you can see some are better quality than other, poor dirt and rich dirt, and the furrows, yeah. But I guess it will have an effect sometime, and how fast it will yield your crops. Okay, daytime's back. Oh, and by the way, when they sleep on the ground like they did now, they have a debuff, a groggy debuff, when that will reduce their walking speed now. So it's better to sleep in bed, and that's what we will do now. Let's make a few beds, because we don't want all our people to be debuffed. So let's make a few of them. Yeah, do we need more resource? I guess we have enough wood. But by the way, we can harvest stone too. And whoops, I have to move here. You can harvest stone to get some boulders, and they will pick it. And let's see, we don't need anything else. Ooh, I like the noise there. It's pretty realistic. So you can gather these little rocks here, but there's nothing to do with them as of now. But obviously it will be used later as a building material, or to make some better tools or something. So the game is pretty much getting together. We now have much more the thing getting its purpose, and especially the three initial profession: the farmer to get some sustainable food, the trapper to explore, and the carpenter to make the tools for the others. So that's about it. And before we leave, I'll show you another feature that was very well welcome, which is the save feature. You can now save your game and load it at a later time. So it's pretty cool, and stay tuned, and see you next time for more. Bye bye.